there was this weekend, we were playing paintball in like the Chicago area, and Joe went, Kyle went, I went, and a few other guys went. And for what, like, I guess whenever I get together with these guys, we start rolling and wrestling and whatever. And I came out of it with a sore hand. And after maybe 4 weeks when it didn't get better, I saw a couple doctors and got some x-rays and MRIs, and it's broken. Like, in particular, a ligament, like, pulled off the bone and took some bone with it. So I had surgery maybe 2 weeks ago. I think 2 weeks ago exactly, since it's Thursday, to put that thing back together. And yeah, my wife's theory, my wife, she's taking out the garbage now because I can't lift anything, and it's difficult to do. Like, you pretty much can't do it one-handed. You can't take like a tall kitchen trash bag and like one-handed dump it into the, I don't know what those big trash cans are called outside that you can like store dead bodies in, but yeah. So anyway, now she's handling all the trash, and she thinks that Joe Lozon's responsible for our trash. She's like,
I think Kyle did it too. I don't think
No. I know exactly who did it and exactly when it happened. We were in Paul's backyard, and you put this move on Woody's wrist where you, like, I don't know, crushed it and rubbed it at the same time.
Oh, it's compression lock.
A compression lock, and that is what did it.
yeah, I know too. I don't want to like say it so explicitly. I sort of just left it up in the air. But there was this one particular move Joe was doing on me, and I think it's like a pain move. And I'm really slow to tap to like pain submissions, because usually like you just like, all right, the guy's hurting me a lot, whatever. Soon he will see that I don't tap to pain submissions and move on to something else. Like, that's often something that I do. But Joe's not a normal person. Joe's a freaking professional fighter dick, and he and he just kept, like, eventually he broke my hand and I tapped, and
I love how you're making this out. Eventually he broke my hand and I tapped, as if you waited until you felt the bone pop to tap.
that's not too far from the truth.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like, at some point I was realizing, like, oh no, this is going wrong. And I told my wife that you broke Jamie Harner's hand too. Of course, you did that with the top of your head, but yeah. And she's like, all right, now I think Joe's responsible for taking out Jamie's trash and our trash. So.
Sorry. My bad.
So, yeah, I got some signatures on it. Got Hope, Colin. I signed it myself.
Oh my God. Why would you, wait, whoa. You signed your own cast?
Dude, I'm Woody's gamer tag, right? A lot of people want this signature. You know how many things I've signed?
You gotta auction that thing off.
Break. Have we all broken a bone? At least one?
I
right?
lost count.
There you go. But when you broke it, it was like, there's a crack in my bone, right? Like,
oh, no.
Was that kind of break?
I got lots of kinds.
No, Woody's had compound fractures, haven't you?
No, did you ever have...
Never busted through the skin.
Did you ever have your... Like this is your shin, and it did this and wrapped around another man's shin like a cartoon character.
One time my
No,
arm...
but I've seen that clip.
It was like I had another wrist. Like it was straight, and then it went up like that, and then across again, like a Z.
That's a legit break.
Car accident. My car was flipping over, and I thought I was gonna fall out the window, so I posted up out the. There's more than one flip, so the car landed on the roof. All the windows broke. Now the car was landing on the driver's side door. I posted my arm out the window, and that's when I broke it so bad.
Damn. Oh, that's awful.
10 and 2, motherfucker.
Just
the root cause was falling asleep.
I've only broke my...
in a street fight once, and the guy broke my nose in 2 places, and just blood, so much blood. I'm supposed to be
did
more
that hurt like crazy?
No, it was disoriented, and I immediately was just looking to get out of the fight.
Exact same thing as Woody. Copy paste.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's always worried me.
I know I talk about bravery and cowardness. I don't typically just cower like that. Like I rise. I swear it's true. But in that day, I was out.
I
leaned over and I just marveled at the tremendous blood puddle I was making as it poured out of my face. And thankfully, the guy just took his W instead. Now, in fairness to me, one of my arms was paralyzed and in a sling, and I didn't want to get into a fight. And when he hit me,
what happened? What happened that someone's beating you up when you're in a sling? Where were you? Was this a doctor?
I'll tell this quickly. What happened was I had a tumor on my nerve here, and there was a surgery. There's this, you can't really see the scar, but there's a surgery there. And it was like my first day out, maybe 3 days post surgery. You know, I went home but I was still on like painkillers and shit like that. And because the surgery was on my nerve, I couldn't move most of my hand. I couldn't feel most of my hand, stuff like that. And it was in a sling. And my buddies came over and they took me to the boardwalk. I lived in Ocean City. There's a boardwalk and we would walk on it. And on the walk to the boardwalk, we passed these drunks. Now I'm in the back of my group of like 5 or 6 guys, 4 or 5 guys. And my buddy made a smart ass comment to the drunk people, and they like challenged us or something, like didn't just let it slide. So we all turn around. Now there's me in the front of the group, previously like limping along, barely keeping up. We all turn around and now I'm in the front. That guy and my friend are doing like the pre-fight dance, you know, step off, get out of my face, whatever. And just as arm and sling, I reach across like this to like sort of hold my friend back or imply like, let's not get into a fight. And I even said those words like when we were still 30 feet apart. I was like, guys, I can't get into a fight right now. Like I'm not one armed. And they're like, yeah, it'll be fine. Anyway, as I reach across to block my friend, he hits me in the nose. It was a 1-punch fight. And
this isn't a fight. You got ambushed. It's sucker punched. That's ugly. Your friend should have sucker punched that guy before
my
you
friend got
stopped
hit
him.
too, and his lip was split in the middle like a canine, and they flapped back and forth. And yeah, we didn't get any W's that night.
Like a dog man.
I have another
your friend
who jumped
can't even
in and tried to like, you know, 1v whatever, 3 or 4, the remaining of them. And then my fourth friend fucking skedaddled. he was the lack of bravery guy that I don't aspire to be.
Yeah, you had one arm.
No, I'm like really mad at the guy that.
Yeah, you had one arm.
No, I'm like really mad at the guy that punched the dude in the sling.
He became a professional boxer. I looked him up. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You gave him his confidence.
I honestly think that's how it played out. His name was like Bjorn Bjorgi or something. I mentioned him on the show. He was from Philadelphia.
When did this happen?
Bjorn Bjorgi?
1992, 93, something like that. And
let's fucking sue him.
Our fan base found him, and sure enough, he became a boxer. I don't know if he
kind of makes the story better.
But yeah, I may have really done that guy a favor.
He didn't knock you out.
Yeah,
he didn't knock you out though.
The next day we went to like court over it. Like the police did the thing, right? And I'm showing up. I've got the sling. Like I'm in court.
You're like, he did this too.
Yeah. And the guy's like, this is all fake. He didn't have that on last night. And I'm flabbergasted at this claim. And I'm like, what? There's blood all over it. Look. And the judge was having none of this guy's bullshit. Now he may have not known that it was nighttime. Like I don't know how he could have not known, but may not remembered it correctly or whatever. He was drunk. But his claim that like I was faking an arm injury.
He thought it was a fighting stance.
So the guy was trying to say he wasn't the one that hit me, and the judge was having none of that too. And they found him on simple assault, but he was like, you keep talking and we're going to make this aggravated assault. And he got called for simple assault. He was supposed to pay all my medical expenses, and I never got anything.
Wow.
Bro, you got to challenge him, Creator Class 3.
Yeah, is he?
What if he's
probably not a good idea?
Way better than me?
Then challenge.
It's fine. I've been there. It's
Harley,
fine.
you just told me to pick a weak gamer. I heard you 30 minutes ago.
Woody, if he
After this topic,
Okay.
I've been knocked out twice. Once was in ice hockey. I've talked about it before. I was playing defense in a no-check league. I was kind of stretched out, trying to just disrupt the play. When you play defense, anything that happens that isn't what the offense had in mind is an improvement.
Yeah.
so just trying to sort of break up the play into something else. And big guy checked me hard. I actually he tore my ACL on the same play, and he gave me a concussion, and it's got wrecked. And then another time I was a kid.
What kind of league was that before you? I hate to interrupt, but like, what level of competition were you at where your ACL was blown out and you were knocked unconscious?
This was North Carolina B League in beer hockey. Yeah.
So how much time did that gentleman do?
I actually beat him up later, and he acted like it was a faux pas. Yeah, like I healed back from the ACL. And I got maybe like 6 games in, there's that guy. And of course, he's like picking on all our smaller players. And I'm like, motherfucker. And I took a run at him from like mid ice, but from your house, the width of it,
charging,
not the
From the parking lot.
And I drilled him into the boards, and then I started hitting him. And he's like, what the fuck? And eventually he goes down. You don't usually hit downed players. That's like kind of when the fight
frowned
ends.
upon.
But I'm like ground and pounding him, and he's like, the fuck. And I'm like, you know what the fuck you did?
Meanwhile, like the other volunteer refs, like, guys, come on.
Shit. His kids, Woody. His kids.
Now you will know what I thought.
I'm going to cripple you.
Even though I got my revenge, it didn't feel like revenge at all. Like he did
It's
lost a fight. I was in like, it took me months to recover from that ACL, maybe like a year.
Why don't you try to take
it was a big deal.
Couldn't you like target his knee or his ankle or something and like break him? Because I'm gonna be honest, like if somebody
probably not that good. I don't know.
Like, I mean, I could swing that stick pretty hard. I bet.
No, you swing a stick, you'll like go to jail. Like they'll be like assault with a deadly weapon. I mean, like, and like, look, that dude who did that to Woody is a douchebag.
Criminal. That guy's a criminal.
Like that is not what normal pick. If it is a hitting league in a men's league, which is already fucking rare, like it's meant to be like a shove them off the puck hit, not decimate them like you're like trying to make the Islanders or something.
Dude, I know that like my dad used to play softball very competitively. They traveled around. It was
a real big. And by the way, when I say he tore my ACL, I'm not like guessing. Like I went to 2 orthopedic surgeons, and it was surgically repaired, but for my patella, it was like he fucked me up.
That's ridiculous. That's so ridiculous.
And then the other time,
I would be real upset.
I was a kid. I was on a tree limb, and it was dead. And I wasn't very smart, so I climbed out on the tree limb, like hanging on it, sort of back down, just like you would. And the way that it broke, like it didn't tip me down. It just boom. I fell flat on my back and my head.
Yeah.
And kind of came to afterwards.
Yeah, there's some kinds of falls when you're completely just let go, where you kind of have the radiators.
All right, Taylor, counterpoint.
Yeah.
I tore my ACL. The doctor harvests my patella tendon, right? It's like from the kneecap to your shin bone. Mm-hmm. And then he makes an ACL out of that. And he says, Woody, this thing grows back. As a matter of fact, if you tear your ACL again in 4 years, I can reharvest the same patella tendon, the same section that I removed. I'll use that to fix you, 4 years from now, or whatever it is, 5 years. I think you can regrow some quad. Just don't take too much.
What's this doctor's Yelp rating?
That's
over. Again, as I inflated the wing, I thought it was going to overshoot me. I checked the brakes. I get lifted way up in the air, like 20 feet. And this time, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I got lifted so violently when I spun around to face forward, because I'm doing a reverse launch. My body position was all in a mess. I wasn't like weighted in the harness. I was getting tossed. And I'll show you. Here, let's move this. Little foot cam. So as I landed, my foot planted and then twisted around, but all the way towards my butt. That was bad news. Let's go back to the video.
So after the accident, first thing I did is sort of unhook from the wing. Then I got up, hopped over on one foot to the truck, and started looking at it, get a shoe off, see what I'm dealing with. At this point, I was still holding out hope that I would fly the next day. I thought that maybe, just maybe, if I was lucky, it'd be sore, but I'd pull my laces a little tighter and manage to make the best of a bad situation. that wasn't meant to be. This is a shot of my instructor. He pulled out his EMT bag and sort of stabilized it so that, we didn't know what was wrong exactly, but he knew it needed to be stabilized, so that's what we did. It happens that he had hurt his knee a few days earlier, and he even had crutches that I could borrow, and he limped around on his own. But this is right afterward. This is a few hours later in the hospital. It turns out that there are 4 bones that kind of connect your foot to your leg, and I broke 3 of them. It doesn't look like much, does it? You can see there's a little swelling, sort of above the ankle, but here's what the damage was. 3 broken bones. This is what my ankle looks like now. This is actually me. It's not a picture like me. It's me. I've got some hardware like a plate on the side. That second screw from the bottom, I was worried it was a mistake. And the first time I saw like my follow-up orthopedic surgeon, who's awesome, I forgot to ask him about it. So I had it in my head for like 6 weeks. Like, did they blow it? Like, how can this be wrong? Like, I'm a so-so carpenter and I never get screws. That diagonal screw, the one that's kind of pointed down, second from the bottom, that was there to hold the bone together, like sort of stabilize it while they put the plate on. So that one went in first. And then with that, the whole situation was a little more solid, and they were able to put the rest of the hardware in. The 2 very long ones that are second and third from the top, they're going to come out later. I talked to my surgeon about it, and he's like, yeah. He has what he calls advanced knowledge of me because, like most idiots, I'm a repeat customer to my orthopedic surgeon. I brought my hand to him. I brought my ACL injury to him, and I'm bringing my broken leg to him. And he's like, I have advanced knowledge of you, Woody. And, because you like hobbies like ice hockey and paragliding and paramotoring and Brazilian jiu-jitsu and whatever, you're going to break those screws. Those screws are going to break, and then they're going to be like sticking out and hitting things and rubbing things. And you're the kind of guy that we remove those screws from. So I've got that coming in a couple of weeks. This is me right before surgery. I am, 1, totally drugged up and maybe a little happier than I look there. And 2, realizing that I'm not going to be walking or flying for a couple of months. That brings me to Joe Lozon, and really probably the core reason I'm making this video at all, because I want to tell people what Joe told me. If you don't know Joe Lozon, this is him. Joe Lozon is a UFC fighter. That's why he looks like that. And he's been in the UFC for a long time. I think he has over 20 UFC fights, something like that. I know that he currently has the record for the most like of the night bonuses, fight of the night, knockout of the night, submission of the night, etc. He's a stud, but because he's a UFC fighter, he gets injured. They get injured during training. They get injured during fights, not just cuts like the one you see, but like strains, elbows, knees, whatever. And he also exists in a world filled with other people who get injured all the time. So when he found out I was hurt, he reached out to me, and it meant so much. Joe, if you catch this, I hope you made it to this part in the video. I was telling him about
Same day to the day, so it's exactly 7 weeks out. My bone is healed. It's actually what they call immature bone. To get into it, it goes from something to soft callus to hard callus to immature bone and then to like fully fixed bone. And I am immature bone, but I'm fully weight bearing. I can walk. I kind of have a limp. I'll show you. Oh, before that, let's do scars. There's the bigger one, and there's the smaller one. Hopefully that worked out okay. And I'll show you how I'm walking. Not too bad. My wife thinks I have a little bit, oh, the camera's so crooked. My wife thinks I have a little bit of like a JJ Walker thing going on, where I kind of like, have soul. You could be the judge. I think my gait's getting pretty normal. But I guess, you know what? This is about a wrap, I think. I think maybe 2 to 4 weeks and I'll be flying. Those 2 big screws, they got to come out. I said that before. That's how it happened, and that's where I am. I was just putting the video together. I forgot like a major thing. I focused so much on the broken bone, I didn't mention the high ankle sprain. That turns out to be the more serious injury. The time I need to strengthen it, to grow those ligaments back, to heal them. A high ankle, you think ankle sprain is nothing because you used to like the roll one to your side. A high ankle sprain is when you point it towards your butt and it's a much more serious injury than like a rollover ankle sprain. And that's what I'm really working on healing, getting my strength back, my flexibility back. I can't really stand on one toe on my bad foot yet. Level it strong, but to point it, I'm not there. So that's the sort of thing I'm working out. The high ankle sprain is where the rehab is focused on. The broken bone, that was never going to be a serious issue. So anyway, that's where I am. Thanks.
What are you talking
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I jump in with a concussion story?
Yeah.
There was one time, so I'm on my moped, and the accident was my fault without detailing it. I was going to make a right, and I quick made a left instead. And as the car was like going to pass me on a moped, which was like a reasonable thing to do, I made a left, and I ended up on that car's hood. I totally made like eye contact with the driver, and she slams on the brakes. And somewhere in, I don't know if I hit her windshield too hard or if I hit the ground, but I slid on the ground up onto the sidewalk. It was one of those where it was like flush, and now I'm out of it. I come to, and there's a circle of people all standing around me, and I, unlike you, wasn't like effing with them. I was legit confused about where I was, and I thought that I was one of Santa's elves. And it was desperately important to me that they tell Mr. and Mrs. Claus that I can't make it to work, that I had to go to the hospital to get this attended to. And everyone was like, what? And I'm like, in my mind, the crowd were fucking idiots. I'm like, I can't say this any more clearly. Make sure Mr. Claus knows that I'm not coming to work. And they weren't getting it. And I was just like, like, what is wrong with you people? And that went back and forth for a while. And they were slow. What can I say?
I had a almost crash.
And everybody's been asking me, what the hell's going on? And I've been honestly saying, I have no idea. Woody did not tell Kyle or I what's going on. We have no clue. So these are genuine reactions to the thing.
Yeah, so the trip started out well enough. The mission was to go from North Carolina via roads to Colorado, and then dirt roads up the Rocky Mountains across Colorado and Wyoming. This is like 2,000 miles-ish, and then roads back home. That's not how it went out. If you guys remember me, right before, I was like, dude, I'm watching all these, like the people who choose these roads, who like lay out the back road discovery route. That's what it's called. They all had medical emergencies in their promotional videos. And I'm like, maybe we'll get one. Well, my dream came true. So that's my bone. Zach, can you zoom in on the right? It's the smaller bone. It's called the fibula. And
hey, Slush, we're getting some noise from a dog.
Oh, sorry.
There it is. So the smaller one that's off to the side, do you see how it has that like horizontal sort of division? That's supposed to be one bone. That's where the break is. Yeah. So it's not like a fake thing or whatever. And if you look at it, so of course there's the big split across the big bone. I don't even know what that is. The tibula and the foot bone.
Fibula?
The fibula is the little one to the side.
Yeah.
Zach is pointing it out well. That break doesn't belong there. And you can't see from this angle, but the bottom part isn't quite on right. Like it's good enough. We're not going to operate probably, but he gave me the option. He's like, I could go in there. I could put some screws here and here. I could put a plate on the side. That's what my other leg looks like. And it's not awesome to have hardware in your leg. Like, I don't know. You throw in like a ski boot and all of a sudden it clamps against the screws and it's uncomfortable and painful and shit.
TSA.
No, I go right through the metal detectors. I think it's titanium and that's why, but I'm not sure. So what they did instead is put me in a cast. Here, Zach, can I full screen? We got this guy going on.
Look how big they had to make the cafe. We're gonna need more paper mache.
Smuggling hams, man.
So they put my foot in a cat. It was a bit of a thing. I got out there well. There's this iron butt challenge where you do 1,000 miles in a day. I did over 1,100. I crushed it. I'm definitely going to qualify as an iron butt person. The first person ever to do it on my model motorcycle. I was excited about that. Nice. This is not a thing that people give a shit about, but I do, and I was excited. I hit my goal. I had some trouble with the bike. The front brake kept locking up hard. Happened 3 times, and it's like, this is dangerous.
So I got separated from my group, and I had to catch them, right? So they're on off-road. I drop in. I don't want to miss any mountain passes or any fun of the experience, and I'm in pursuit mode, right? Where the fuck is my cape? I'm going to catch these guys, chase them down. And I did. I caught all my friends. I was like, I couldn't believe I did it. Like, I thought I was going to be a day and a half behind them, but I got on my horse. I caught everyone, and now I'm leading. I don't want to pump my tires too much. Well, I'm injured, so no one's going to think I'm too good. But when the off-road section gets really technical, right? Like the harder it is to get through it, the better I do. When it's easy, the worse I do, because then they start going really fast, and I'm not as fast as them. I'm not as fast as them on the street or on, like, I don't know how to say paved dirt road, but like, you know, really well manicured dirt road. I get my ass kicked. But when it's really rough and bumpy and there's big rocks and shit, I'm usually the fastest guy. It might be my bike, but whatever. This is where my attitude went wrong. I had been, you know, leading the pack, having a blast, hitting jumps all day long, just rocketing that thing in the air, and I was really feeling it. You know, you weight shift well and stuff when you're on top of your game. And there was this like rock formation that looked like a really cool jump. And I was like, yeah, jump number 932. Here we come. We're going to catch air again.
Everything's been coming up, Woody.
Yeah,
Just keep going.
The other side wasn't I expected. I didn't look before I leapt. And on the downside was a hole. And what's important is like say your bike just sort of jumps in an arc. If it's flat or downhill on the other side, I'm happy. But because it's a hole, I kind of jumped into the arc and hit the upward side.
Yeah.
Which is to say, at my angle, I crashed into a wall. And that went poorly. My face like slammed into the bike's windshield, which was no trouble because I have a full face helmet. But I'm kind of like not driving this thing for 8 seconds, 10 seconds. It was enough to lose control. And
you mean like you just hit so hard you were stunned? Like not
stunned, and maybe my hands came off the handlebars. Like I tried to save it. Like I tried to keep my chest on the tank and get back in position, but I didn't succeed. And eventually I fell over to the side. My bike landed on my right foot, and my toe pointed towards the back tire.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and I had some pretty protective boots on, but broken fibula, high ankle sprain, for those of you who know medical stuff. And now I have a problem because I'm like 2 hours deep in the woods in the Rocky Mountains, 2,000 miles from home on a motorcycle. And I got to like get all this solved. The boys are camping at night and I'm supposed to camp too, but I was like, guys, excuse me. I'm going to get a hotel, find some ice, stuff like that. And even that was a challenge. Lake City, Colorado is such a small place. Literally no one had rooms. Nobody. And I'm just like sitting in a hotel with no vacancy, like a motel, talking, calling, etc. And a guy who owns it or works there is like, are you in trouble? And I'm like, well, I think I broke my leg and I don't have any place to stay. And I'm just sorting that out now. And he's like, we have an emergency room for people like you if you want it. And I was like, fuck. And really my thought, my first impression was, well, I don't want to impose. Like that was my like my knee-jerk reaction. Like, well, I'll sort this out myself. I don't need your emergency room.
Then he told me it was $65 a day. So I got the hell out of there.
It was like, you know what? Actually, yeah, I do have a broken leg, and I like maybe this warrants using this empty room he keeps for people who get hurt. And you know, then everything started going well for me. There was a restaurant that didn't deliver. I called them up and I was like, you know, you got anyone there? They were a block away, 1 block. I was like, I'll tip a guy $20 if he just walks the food over. And they're like, we don't deliver. And I'm like, I really need you to. I really need you to. I am laid up. I can't walk. I'm really hungry. I haven't eaten today. You know, I'm like, maybe you got a guy that they were about to close. I was like, maybe you got a guy there who after closing, you know, wants to earn $20 in 2 minutes. Like, and that's what happened. So, you know, they brought me a big bag of ice and stuff. They took good care of me. Staff there was like, hey, they gave me a ride to the medical center. It was half a mile, but I was really appreciative. And
nice people.
I got my x-rays, and that's when I learned it was broken. And it wasn't the news I wanted to hear, but
Yeah. Anyway, so Zach, could you pull some more pictures up? We've got some foot pics for you perverts out there.
Yes, I'd love to see more pics. That is. So, what is the total amount of time you can't like put weight on it, do anything? Like, what are you laid up for?
So I'm in the cast for 2 weeks, and with that, I can't put weight on it at all. I am cleared to lift weights, so I can move around. I'll start that again tomorrow.
That's way less time than I thought you'd say. 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, after the cast comes a boot, and with that, like, he's like, you put the foot on the ground, pretend you're walking on eggs that you're trying not to break. So it like you still use crutches, but you're starting to put your foot through the motions of walking on it and adding more weight. And then probably somewhere around 6 to 8 weeks, I'm in a normal shoe. So
that's not too bad.
Yeah, this fibula break is not too bad. It turns out the tibula, which is the bigger one in the x-ray picture, does all the load bearing, and the fibula is about stability. And you put it in a cast or a boot and you can fake that while it heals.
Was it really one of those breaks where like it wasn't that painful? It was just shocking.
It hurts
and then
more now. Yeah. Sorry, I cut you off. But yeah, people are like, what's your pain level? What's your pain level? I'm like, 0. This is like something guarding. Like imagine you hurt your shoulder really bad. You might carry it like this, you hold your own wrist and put it across your body. That's known as guarding. And something about my broken leg made me want to guard it. It made me want to not walk on it very much, not do like the kind of side-to-side pivots a basketball player would do. Nothing like that. But if you just wanted to stand on it through the heel, I mean, I did that on my motorcycle for 2 hours through the dirt roads, getting back to civilization, and it was pretty much okay. But now that like things have sort of settled and maybe sensations coming back and stuff, like it hurts more. It hurts more when it throbs and bothers me when I'm not elevating it and stuff like that. But
I found it really hard when I broke mine when I was like 19 and trying to ride my motorbike. I couldn't like move my.
She'd be like, "Oh, only 2 weeks? Oh, hardly noticeable." Like,
hardly.
Oh my goodness, is that wing split?
I wish you hadn't said wings because I was going to say it looks like a really obese person's foot. It's too zoomed in. I don't.
Potato.
Yeah, that's what mine looked like. Yeah.
It is so swollen in there, and that must have been in Colorado. Looking at the carpet. Yeah, that was the
did it go like really black like overnight? Yeah.
Oh, I think the bad foot is now. Are we back home here?
Yeah, that's my guest bathroom tile.
I was
that's the tile that I lay on when I'm hungover.
I saw that tile. I was like, that is not motel tile. Yeah, it's just swollen blood, like right? Doing its healing thing.
And that's the cast.
Did you pick blue, or is that what they had?
They had a bunch of colors. I picked this color.
I like blue.
Do you think? Have you ever seen people with those rainbow ones?
Yeah.
Is that's a patterned strip, right? You're not like signed
adrenaline before I get home.
What was like the percentage of the trip you had completed at the time of the intro?
It's like
half of it, like a third of it.
It depends whether you count the drive out there as part of the trip. There were kind of 3 legs, like out there, dirt, and back. But it was literally the first dirt day that I did.
Oh, damn. How many days were you meant to be out there?
How many dirt days? Like 14, something like that.
Well, I'm 14, and you injured yourself in like the first 2 hours.
I was so gutted. Like you don't understand. Like I've kind of been
so stoked on this.
I've been, actively focusing on my mental health lately, right? Like let's get some exercise, some sunshine, some sense of accomplishment, time with friends, like the sort of shit that makes you feel better in the mental health realm. And this trip had all of that, like the accomplishments, the friends, the sunshine, the physical activity, outdoors. Like I had so much pegged on this thing making me happy. And it did quite the opposite. I was so gutted. There was a moment. So I'm trying to fly home, and I ride my motorcycle like 2 hours, and I go to the airport, the Gunnison, Colorado airport. It's this tiny regional little thing. And I've got my confirmation number on the phone, and I go to check myself in, and it says that it can't check me in if I'm not within 24 hours of my flight date. I'm like, the fuck? I'm like 90 minutes from my flight date. Like, what is the problem here? So I actually find this lady. She seems like she'd be nice. She just looked nice. And I'm like, this font on my phone is so small. What's the flight date? And she's like,
she struggled a little. August 18th? I'm like, what's your level of confidence? Like, are you sure I booked my flight home for August 18th? And she looked again and she's like, yes, you did. And so I call United and I get this guy with a really frustrating accent. And I'm like, I'm working with him, right? And I'm like, can you get me on this flight? There's seats on this flight. You can go online and buy this flight now. Please just transfer me to the right flight. Please just do this for me. And he's like, all right, let me see what I can do. And he's like, no, the flight's too soon. I can't do it. And I'm like, I basically kindly said, like, can I speak to the manager? Is there like anyone? Because there's no physical reason we can't do this. There's no reason I can't just walk to this plane. And you have to understand the airport's so small. It's smaller than your local Home Depot, right? Like this is a small airport. I can just walk over there and get on the plane. Like this should be a doable thing. He bumps it up to the next level of support. They can't do it. And I'm like within an hour of the flight, and like it's hard to get them to be like, your flight takes off. That's the Gunnison Airport. So
fancy,
right? Like there's not a lot. It like I mentioned that because if it was Denver, getting from where you park to where your plane is an ordeal.
Yeah,
it's not an ordeal here. This is like finding the freaking pharmacy section of your CVS. It's right there. You just walk to the back. And anyway, I gave up on the idea. They were able to cancel the flight, but they weren't able to like get me on the flight. So I limped back to my motorcycle and I just sat down next to it in the parking space. And like,
cried? Did you cry a little? I'd have cried a little.
I would have been so upset. I would have cried too. You can open up those.
I was so fucking broken. I was like, this is everything I didn't want.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. You were
this
so
is the
excited
opposite of what I wanted to be doing today.
That so sucks.
Oh, Woody, I'm so sorry.
But in that parking lot, you were just like, I could see you just broken of like, because it's such a fun thing to look forward to for so long, and for it to go so poorly, I was so sad for you. I told my wife when that happened, I'm like, Woody broke his leg, and she's like, on that trip he just left, and I was like, yeah, I know, it's fucking sucks. Like, I hope he's okay.
It was really hard on me. So then I had to spend another night in Gunnison, and I booked the flight for the next day. And then on the next flight, it's like an hour to Denver and then home from Denver. Cool. Well, the guy right next to me, as he was shutting the overhead bin compartment, he broke it, and it kind of like wiggled a little bit. So the pilot is like, this plane can't fly with a broken overhead bin.
No way.
What, is that like an integral structural part of the plane?
Train home or something? Like, where's
that's the gas hold?
And he's like, don't worry about it. There's a little buffer built into the schedule. We'll have a maintenance guy come out and do whatever. And I'm just like, is this your first time dealing with like airline maintenance? They're not going to be quick. This is going to be a whole thing. And anyway, long story short, the guy took like 90 minutes, and then he gets there and he can't remove the fucking thing. Like it I don't mean to be an asshole, but like I'm stronger than this guy, and he can't work the screws. He can't undo it. He eventually pulls out a fucking multi-tool, and he's struggling. He's trying to fix this fucking airplane with his multi-tool and get the thing on. And I wanted to scooch him aside. I'm like I could have a multi-tool. I could do this job better than you, and you're like airline maintenance. And you didn't get. I got confused. Anyway, so eventually the guy manages to remove the door, and I miss my connecting flight.
What?
In Denver, yeah. But
and let me clarify: the man who fucked up the thing is your seatmate.
No, he was across the aisle and behind me.
Okay. Now, was there?
I think I would have slapped him.
Was anybody giving him a hard time, or did he apologize in any way?
So he broke it by perhaps shutting it too aggressively. Like I think his luggage
stuck out a bit.
Yeah, it didn't
and his goal was to force it closed.
Of course.
And he didn't realize it would break at the hinge. And I saw him do it. And I saw the stewardess be like, you know, like a little like, "Ooh, you just broke the plane."
Yeah.
And somehow I don't know how it came up or something, but he's like, "You were not launching because of this." And like, I'm the one that broke it. And I was like, "I know, I saw you break it." Like, I wasn't going to out him, you know, and let
I'd have been like, the guy in 13A broke the shit and delayed the plane. Pass it forward.
I was going to keep it secret for him. I wasn't looking to
No,
like...
we're going to mutiny on him. We're coming. He's got to
start a plan. Has anyone got a screwdriver?
So I'm like,
we're going to fix the plane. No,
would-
we're going to stab this guy.
You take out a multi-tool and end up in Guantanamo.
I was trying to get a refund for that flight, which they wouldn't do. They're like, we can't refund this flight. And I'm like, well, you missed the connection. It's your fault. Why do I have to buy this flight? So I ended up buying that flight, which I couldn't take from Denver to Raleigh. And then another flight via Southwest, which I did take from Denver to Raleigh. And that's how I got home later that day. And it was just like, this is so hard. You know, if there wasn't a record-breaking heat wave across like Kansas and Kentucky, I might have rode my bike home. But I was like, this just doesn't seem like the move. And imagine, most of the time I stop my bike, I put my left foot down, which is my good foot. But imagine it doesn't go that way. Imagine, you know, you just tip into the right a little bit and use the other foot. Happens every 50th time. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to catch my bike tipping over with my broken leg or pick it up off the ground with one leg. Like, none of this is the move. I should just ship it home. Smart. So, no, my father told me once, life's serious problems are medical and emotional. Everything else you can solve with money. And that sounds like, oh, easy to say when you have money. But no, it's still true. Like, even if you're not rich and you crash your car, 18 months later, it's just a part of your history. Like, you got a new car by then. Like, you're back on your feet. Probably. You know, and I'm just like, this sucks, but this is a good opportunity to throw money at your problems. Like, let's hire a fucking motorcycle shipper. Let's get another airplane ticket. Let's do whatever. That was my mindset. Like, just get me home. I'm tired of being alone and hurt.
It's like, what do you have?
Sneezing and the runny nose.
AIDS.
Pick up.
AIDS.
Yesterday morning, I got up.
Nobody's got AIDS.
Before I normally do. It was like 6 a.m. or something. I was like, all right, I have to pee because I had ginger ale, felt a little nauseous. I'm peeing and I'm so fucking dizzy. I'm like losing it. I'm putting my hand on like the window. And as you know, like you can't like stop this task. Once you start peeing,
you got to be
committed. You got to make it to the end. And I'm like, fuck, I just need to like finish what I'm doing and get back in bed. And if I can lay down in bed, I can weather through anything.
Sure.
Didn't go like that. I finished peeing and wrapped up, I guess. And then I'm just confused. I don't know what the fuck is happening. And I don't know who's hitting me, but I'm being hit. And then I gather while I'm still in it, I'm having a seizure on the bathroom floor.
Oh my God.
And my head's banging against the wall and I'm kind of collapsed and I'm not breathing. And I'm like aware that this is happening, but I don't have like any counter. Like, I don't know, I'm just fucking experiencing it in confusion. I feel the hitting on my head and like, you know, like if you do like one of these things, you can't breathe, you know?
Yeah.
That's my situation. I'm like curled up in a ball and not breathing, but I'm banging my head and such. And
like on the bathroom tile.
Yeah, next to the toilet. Like I wrapped up. I didn't pee everywhere or anything, but I come to and I'm next to the toilet on the bathroom tile, just having finished my seizure. And I'm like, fuck, that's not ideal. So I get into bed and
What do you mean get into bed?
I stand up, I pick myself up, I dust myself off, and I like, you know, touch all the walls on the way to the bed and everything.
You got health insurance. What are you thinking?
So I lay back down, and there's like it's like I don't know how it happened, but I think during the fall I hit my cheek or something because I feel like I've been punched in the cheekbone.
When did this happen? A few days ago? Yesterday morning. It doesn't show anything on your face.
It's true though.
Yeah, no, I believe it. It's not bad. Yeah.
And
you think Taylor's making it up?
I do not think he's making it up.
Yeah, so I managed to get back to sleep, and all day yesterday I was kind of a wreck. Like I just laid around. I slept in a recliner type of day.
Jeez.
And today I was more in spirits, but I mean to say I was more spirited. Like I was in a good mood, whereas yesterday I was like wiped out. But anytime I tried doing something, like 5 minutes in, I'm like, fuck this, I'm tired.
So you definitely need to go get a brain scan. But I would also want to get your house.
I'm fine.
He's fine, Kyle.
Get your house,
worry wart.
You need to get your house tested for like radon. You need to get tested for like radon or carbon monoxide or something like that. Like it's a possibility that like maybe we're in an area where like you got gassed or something. You know, like I would want to know why. I've had a seizure that one time from the concussion when I had that wreck, and it's exactly like that. You know you're hitting yourself, but there's nothing you can do about it. In my case, I was going like the whole time. It's awful to be out of control of your body. I know exactly. You described it, and I was like, yeah, that's it. It's awful.
Oof.
You got to go somewhere. That's brain trauma or like exposure to some sort of gas or something.
If it was gas,
that could be mini strokes or something. That could be very serious. It could be something that's happening right now that's getting worse. That like we could arrest. They might say, "Oh, look, you've got a little thing here that we need to go and like up through your thrombosis or whatever in your armpit and fucking like."
Or it could be a whole bunch of nothing.
His brain quit working and he fell to the floor. It was either Jesus or a medical issue. We should go to our doctor, Woody.
Kyle, I've never had a seizure, but I'm going to steal valor and say I have.
You're kind of being a bitch.
Yeah. Woody showed that bathroom floor who was boss, and then he got up, and then he got in bed.
Yeah, I was fine. The floor was cracked. All right.
I mean, I would be so scared if I had a seizure. Thank God I've never had to deal with that. Like, I know you guys have both had multiple of them, right?
I had when I was like 8, and I was sucking down helium balloons while sick.
Okay, well, that one, it's like,
we know the cause.
Yeah, you know.
I hit my skull on asphalt going real fast, and my brain was resetting itself over and over.
Yeah, you blue screened.
Yes.
Kernel panic.
So you haven't had anything like this, Woody, in 40 years?
40 years, yeah, that's true.
And it just came out of nowhere, or you felt weird leading up to it all day, other than the sickness?
I knew I was dizzy when I was like walking towards the bathroom, and obviously I knew while I was peeing, it was like I just had to get through this somehow. You know, I just had to, like, I can't wait to get back in bed. Didn't realize I'd be delayed.
Could it be like what isn't lightheadedness, like when you stand up and you feel lightheaded? Is that like your blood pressure getting too low all of a sudden, or is it getting too high all of a sudden? Low, right?
I thought it was low.
You're
now I'm wondering if either could cause it. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I think like high blood pressure causes like pain in the head, right? Like a hypertension headache. I've heard about that.
No.
But damn, that's scary. I would be so spooked if that happened to me. I'm less of a man than you, because I would be like, I'd be too afraid to go to the doctor, but I'd be Googling nonstop. And Google, of course, would tell me like, you're dying. Prepare. Here's an ad for a will.
Google tells me exactly what I just said, like with my made up nonsense. It's that it could be some things that are not a big deal, and it could be some very serious things. But in any case, you got to get a hold on it. Like we know now.
Let me follow up on that. Pish posh. You're fine.
If it keeps happening.
If it keeps happening, yeah. But I mean, one and done.
Exactly.
How about this?
Good.
If I have one,
you might
seizure,
be having miniature
I won't go to
strokes caused by. There may be the blood might be cut off.
If I was having brain trouble, I wouldn't have this memory that I do.
No, and miniature strokes wouldn't cause that.
Let me lay out my last 2 days. Yesterday morning, I wake up, I go to the dermatologist. You can't see it with my glasses on, but Zach, can I go full screen?
Uh-oh.
I have this thing here.
Oh, goodness, no, not that thing.
That hasn't been healing. And I went to the dermatologist, and they confirmed, this is the second one that said it's cancer. So they took a little biopsy, and I've got that cooking. Okay, nice. Then I'm going to, proceed on a little further. My phone's going wild. Emergencies. I'll go to the dentist. What's worse than a dentist appointment? My dentist canceled on me. Just boom. Didn't Didn't see that coming. It was a half-hour drive
What's
each
your
way.
dentist's name?
I actually like him.
Dr.
He's hooked me up with
Strike one, Woody's dentist.
Yeah, strike one. We won't say his name. One time I needed cosmetic changes because I bit a fork or something right before the show. I'm like, I make a living on camera. They're gonna roast me. Please fix my chipped tooth. And he did. So we're gonna give him a pass. We're even.
Yeah.
Anyway, hour-long round trip. No dentist appointment. I go this morning and I'm so psyched to get my cast off. I'm like, yeah, today's the move. I'm going to get my cast off. I'm going to go swimming this afternoon. It's going to be a blast. And he's like, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking 3 more weeks. I'm like, mother trucker. Are you
That's
serious?
so shitty.
This went from 2 to 5? Who saw that coming?
Why did he say that? Why did he? What reason did he give?
So he took more x-rays and he really likes what the bone is doing. He's like, it's in perfect position. It's not displaced. But the crack, the broken part itself, he wanted to see more like whiteness filled in.
Yeah, more
And-
actual healing in the bone.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
I was
like-
afraid he was going to be like, it looks a little red, but he took a fucking X-ray. Because if he'd said it's a little red, I'd been like, look, you're an elite athlete at this point for your age group. Tell you what, my dad broke his hand once and the cast got itchy. He sawed that bitch off, no problem. But he was just careful with his broken hand for the next 6 weeks.
Don't tell my orthopedic surgeon, but I have a plan. I'm going to wait. Instead of 3 weeks, maybe 1.5, 2 weeks, get the bitch wet. And then when I need to go in for a new cast, be like, should we go through with this? Is anyone else thinking what I'm thinking? And then score an early.
Yeah, we're thinking we
can't
need one of
wait.
those waterproof special casts.
Now it's time for premium.
6 more weeks.
Yeah, give him a cone.
The first time I'm taking all Brandon's time, but the first time I got it wet, I asked about a waterproof cast, and they said that they're not as durable and strong and not a fit for my break. So that's what's up.
Man, I'm sorry to hear you broke your leg. That sounds excruciating.
I was gutted. I was like,
It's the emotional pain.
During Woody, how did the procedure go? How's the recovery? Was it a nightmare? Easier, harder than you thought?
God. Shitty. Super fucking shitty. So for people that don't know, I had this little, I think it's on this side, like little spot that wasn't healing. One night I slept in these glasses and I woke up with the small cut on the side of my nose. So I thought, oh, whatever. It'll just heal. I must have slept on my glasses funny, whatever. 2 weeks goes by, 3 weeks goes by. It's not getting better. I go to a dermatologist and they're like, maybe it's cancer. And I was like, all right, well, that fucking sucks, but I probably should just do nothing about it and ignore this. So that's what I did. And, I put like Vaseline on it and stuff, and it was looking better. So I was like, probably not cancer, right? What does that dermatologist know about skin cancer? I got to go with my gut.
Some grifter.
and like I said,
dermatologist.
by like putting Vaseline on it and stuff, it looked like it was healing. But sure enough, like 4 or 5 months goes by, and even though it's maybe marginally a little better, I'm like, it doesn't take 5 months for something less severe than a zit to heal. But
It kept reopening on you, right?
it would reopen sometimes, yeah. Oftentimes by wearing glasses, that it sat right on where the pad is. Okay, so I go to a dermatologist a month or two ago, and they're like, let's biopsy this thing right here. Now it's confirmed. So I set up something called Mohs surgery. I think it's spelled M-O-H-S. And it's better than it's supposed to be better than other alternatives because they can right there at the surgery center test it. So they like scrape it off, test it. Aha. Now we know where the margins are. Scrape it off a second time, biopsy that. And once they get their clean margins and they're happy, they can stop. Whereas if I went to a different surgeon, maybe a plastic surgeon, they'd be kind of guessing. Like maybe take a little extra margin just to be sure they got it all. Whereas these guys can take the minimal amount and make sure they got it all because they can test it right there on site.
Yeah.
So Zach has this picture. Okay, whatever. All right. So they do the surgery and the hole in my fucking nose is 12 times larger than I thought it would be.
Oh.
I'm like, the fuck?
Compared to a dime.
Yeah.
Roughly the size of a dime.
Holy shit. That was
The whole And this is the hole they carved, or just the total area that like skin was irritated?
This is the hole they carved.
Holy
yeah,
shit.
the area the
Fuck,
skin
man.
was irritated would be smaller than
At
a
the
pencil
end of a
eraser.
pool cue.
Yeah, and then the area they removed was massive, and then they sewed it up. Now these guys are like supposed to be like better than plastic surgeons, specializing on getting like this kind of nose skin and cheek skin to heal, and the fucking shit show that exists under this bandage, like I'm feeling permanently disfigured by this. That when I wrote you on Tuesday, how did I phrase it? I forget how I phrased it.
I don't
But I
look
was
well,
like,
or something.
Yeah, something
what'd
like
you
that.
say?
I don't look well, or I don't feel well, or it doesn't look good, or it was something. I imagined you felt like shit, and there was a lot of swelling. I know what I looked like the day after, and it looked like I'd been in a car accident.
So my forehead is swollen Cro-Magnon style. My eyes are swollen shut to where I can't see out them. I have kind of an Asian thing going on where like my eyelash.
You do look
pressed
smart.
up against- and my iPhone, like, you know, it has facial recognition, is like, who the fuck are you? I'm gonna need your password, dick shit.
We're calling the police.
Like, I just feel terrible. I look terrible. And the scar across the bridge of my nose, I'm like, the fuck? Like, I'm not sure this is going to heal right.
Is it a circle? Like a circle looking, or
so they sewed it up. But when you sew up a circle, like if you sew up a football, then you can get a nice perfect stitch. When you sew up a circle, you get kind of like ridges, like it doesn't fit right. And I feel like that's what they did. They sewed up a circle. So now it's like a little bumpy because circles don't close.
Yeah.
And so I'm feeling awful. And my wife is the most supportive person in the world. She's not saying, Woody, it'll heal fine. No, it's cool. She says, Woody, we will take you to the best plastic surgeons and get that repaired.
all right. Now look. This is on Jackie. Don't worry about it.
This is a real traumatic thing. So I don't even want to make very light of this, but if you do think there's an issue, I'll tell you. Like, now is the time to go before it has healed up, and maybe get. I wouldn't call it a second opinion, but maybe an opinion.
So I'm a step ahead of you there.
Great.
So yeah. So actually, I haven't talked about it on the show. Maybe I shouldn't. But Jackie is scheduled to get plastic surgery next month. She turned 50. The fuck. She wanted it. She wanted to look better.
Who cares?
My dad's been thinking about doing his neck. I'm not going to steal your thunder, but nothing wrong with it.
She looked in the mirror. You know, wanted to like what she sees a little more than she does. So that's what's up.
What's she having done? Okay, well, if you're comfortable talking about it.
It's for her face. I forget the names of it. They're not words that I remember, but like eyes and smile, you know, it would roughly. So anyway, she has a relationship with this plastic surgeon, someone she's had a few consults with, but not under the knife yet. And she sends him my pictures, and she's like, "What do you think?" And he's like, "Actually, that looks good to me. That looks like it's healing properly. And you know, if things take a turn for the worse, we'll bring them in." But so that's what the plastic surgeon said.
That's encouraging,
right? It made me feel a little better.
Yeah.
I thought about like bringing pictures. I've been taking daily progress pictures, and I will show you guys. But I was like, I don't know if I want to give the PK audience another attack vector on me. One time, like 8 years ago, I grew like a pretty decent beard. And yeah,
I love the beard cover. The beard.
Right. I grew a pretty decent beard, and then as I shaved it off, I did like lamb chops, this, that, a Hitler stash, and then the beard was totally gone. I used an eyedropper and did like a fake tear, like, you know, like the world lost a great beard. That picture has been used against me 1.5 million times so far. So, I'm like, maybe I don't upload my worst day again.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll learn. But if you guys want to see the open wound or anything, I would show it to you. But
sure.
My goodness.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's what's I've got my not today cancer.
Yeah. Okay.
Fighter and survivor.
I love that. You know what? Well, you know what? Can you please start wearing a bandana
Oh yeah,
like around your forehead.
one.
Pretend I've lost all my hair.
You have to. You have to. Shave off your eyebrows as well.
Just running into a clinic
Really
and like
complete it.
ringing the bell before they can kick you out, like stealing cancer valor.
So we'll see. I feel a little better about it today than I did Tuesday. By the way, thank you guys for gracefully covering the show and being happy to do it for me.
Oh, we had a great time. I think we were like an hour and 10 minutes. I was
did
like,
you?
I guess we got to stop now. But
Consummate professionals.
Yeah, had
Well,
a good time.
I really wanted to call in sick, and I appreciate you being cool about it. So
Of course, anytime.
Man, that's what it's all about. If you
Um,
don't say something, everyone just stand still. What can I tell you?
so that's the wolf. What were? Oh, toilet sitting. So many moons ago, I was probably like, I don't know, 27, 28 at this point. So it was a while back. I used to sit on the toilet way too long, and I was, doing that. I'd like bring a laptop with me. Wi-Fi was invented. I'm happy, and eventually I got hemorrhoids, which suck. They're awful, and I don't even fully know what it is, but I guess there's like a vein in your butthole that expands and becomes dreadful, and
Infected as well.
yeah, so mine got I had whatever, some sort of slight mild hemorrhoid or whatever, and rather than chill and let it get better, I made the awful decision to go outside and split wood, because we had just bought this house and I was cleaning. There was a hurricane that knocked down a giant tree, so we had cords and cords of wood to be cut up and disposed and stuff. So I spent the whole day just working my ass off, one might say.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah. So then it got bad, really bad. I didn't know that such a thing could be so awful, and the next day I couldn't move. I was immobilized. There was no position, sitting or laying, belly, back, front, whatever, that offered any kind of relief. I went to a proctologist, and I'm it's the next morning and things are just getting worse. I don't know what's eventually going to happen if left untreated, but I imagine some sort of bloody explosion. And I'm telling Jackie, we're going there, and I'm like, honey, run a red light or something. At
that point,
this is a nightmare. And we get to the proctologist, right? And I'm embarrassed by this condition, obviously, right? Your butt's hurting you. And there's all these other people, right? I'm 26, I think, actually, as I think about it, because we just bought this house. And everyone else is 66 in the proctologist's office. It's well, fuck, here's the new crowd I hang with. And but they're all fine, right?
These are my friends now.
I have beads of sweat pouring down my face. I'm in so much pain. And we're there as the proctologist opens up for business in the morning, because we're not fucking around. I'm in a huge amount of pain. And the receptionist looks over the crowd, and there's old guys sitting there reading a magazine. Everyone's chill, and then there's me sitting on one cheek trying to manage the pain like someone delivering a baby. And she's you can go first. So
that's a good triage.
You just didn't want you to bleed on the seats. You just didn't want you to bleed on the seats in the way.
So, dude, I'm I limp back there, and it's awful. And they have me lay on my side, and they look at my butt, which was no one's done this to me before.
Well, at least, if I can interject, at least I was wondering how they positioned you, because I've never had an exam back there myself, but I was afraid that it was sort of a bend over and grab your ankles kind of situation. But on your side, lying on an examination table, that seems much more. Yeah, I could do that. Okay,
dude, just climbing on the table was it's excruciatingly painful experience. And then I'm laying there, and I feel really vulnerable, just kind of waiting. And what he does is he lifts a cheek up, takes one look, and goes, ooh. Yeah, and in less than a second, he had seen everything he needed to see, and he scheduled me at the hospital for a complete hemorrhoidectomy. And wow. Apparently that's an awful thing. So there was a father and son proctology doctor's office, and the son is a complete hemorrhoidectomy? Are you sure?
Look at this man's ass. I'm not kidding. He needs it. Look at his ass.
If I were
right now.
You could look at it.
but this is the most classic case of hemorrhoidectomy I've ever seen. And he was like 90. And I'm like, fuck, I've got a real issue here. And I'm like, what are we going to, like, I'm like, I'm dying here, doc. And he's like, yo, go to the hospital right now. I'll meet you there. And I don't know what, like, if there was a hurry or something, but like within 20 minutes, I'm on sedatives. And
wow,
I'm fine. Like, fine. Like,
Can I just say I love the idea of a father-son proctologist. I just imagine like if I were part of that team, I'd be like, Dad, we got to make commercials, and it'd be like me and my dad, like.
Each of them grabs a cheek and spreads it left and right, you know, like that.
It should be incest related, right?
We'd
Like,
both be standing there.
I wouldn't see anyone but my son. I wouldn't see anyone but my dad.
It'd be me and my dad. It'd be me and my dad, and we'd both be standing there, and we'd go, you know, Johnson & Johnson Proctology. We're number one.
The two of you.
We're number one for your number two.
Oh, nice. So they get me there, they put me on sedatives, and then they, like, I guess I'm sort of out of it. I wake up, I didn't realize the operation had been done, which is glorious, right? I'm like, oh my God, you know, like, what's my next step? And they're like, that's it. We did it. You know, you're all cool. Because they give you a medicine that wipes out your memory. But the recovery was awful. It turns out that a complete hemorrhoidectomy is one of the most painful medical procedures that mankind knows. It's a very sensitive area. It's dreadful. I had to remove the bandages. Oh my God. I was like soaking in a tub, millimeter by millimeter, like tearing off the equivalent of a giant Band-Aid.
Were there stitches?
Well, now I have to ask, what was the process for shitting like? Because obviously you'd have to like keep it clean, otherwise it would get infected.
Oh my God, dude!
Like you just shit blood now, and that's part of your day.
Oh my! It's funny you asked that. So, there's a couple things I could talk. One, that's why I had to remove the bandage. I couldn't poop until the bandage was gone. So that process was delayed by like a day or two. And then they had me on a bunch of medications, some of which were like chemical based, and they also had me drinking like a tablespoon of olive oil like a couple times a day just to keep the systems all lubed up. But it was still a really painful bloody mess. The first couple times I actually had my wife hold my hand just as moral support to go through this. Now, Jackie and I don't poop in front of each other. Like, that's not a thing we do. We keep the magic alive. But in this case, oh my, and then my toilet has like I want to say like a U shape, like a squared U-shaped walls, like little privacy walls around it, kind of. And I would take my head, and on the edge of drywall is like a metal corner, so that it doesn't like dent and break and everything if it gets slightly bumped. Anyway, I would take my head and I would press it against the metal corner just to inflict so much pain that I wasn't thinking about my butt pain anymore. Like that somehow helped me cope with just how dreadful it.
That is insane.
It is known to be one of the most painful medical procedures that you can have. And then what's great is after I got it, right, like I'd recovered it. And by the way, it took like 2.5 weeks to be able to like walk normally and stuff. Like it was really rough. I missed 2 weeks of work. I've never missed that. Like I've never missed more than a day, I think, in my whole life. But I missed 2 weeks for this. And it was horrible. And somehow like the story came up or something. It's not like I talk about it all the time. Obviously it's taken me years for it to come out here. But I met this woman who had a complete hemorrhoidectomy and a baby like back to back.
Oh, yeah.
Like because babies can cause hemorrhoids. So she had a baby and then a hemorrhoidectomy like the follow-up day. And
well, it sounds like you went through the procedure that women have when they tear after having a vaginal birth, right? So,
an episiotomy? I think this was worse, man. I really think this is a much
Especially
worse
just
thing.
like the maintenance of it, and you're constantly on your ass. You're not on your vagina.
The other thing, the nice thing about episiotomy is you can take a couple weeks off from sex. You can't do that with pooping.
True.
Wow, when you hurt yourself, you really fucking hurt yourself. Think about all the shit you've broken and hurt over the years. You twisted your ball. You broken your
half-assed?
hand, your nose. You fucking break shit to the next level.
Yeah,
Like
I've had
hemorrhoid
more.
was like, oh, big deal. You know, you stay off your ass for a while. Hemorrhoid goes away typically. Now you take it to a new level I've never heard of, where your asshole falls out.
It's because, like an idiot, I was playing through the pain, right? Like, all right, I've got a hemorrhoid, whatever, I should relax. Or split a few cords of wood, because what could go wrong? Don't
Woody
do this, kids.
prestiged hemorrhoids.
I prestige roids,
Just
yeah.
go for it.
Yeah, I've got roids, you know.
How do you avoid that, though?
What you
like,
do?
what causes this hemorrhoids?
Straining.
What? Straining while pooping? Sitting on the toilet too long? Those are probably the biggies
Sitting
right
on
there.
bad surfaces like concrete and stuff like that for long periods of time.
I think I read somewhere, like, working with your hands over your head for a long period of time, like that can be, like, let's say you're painting a wall. But basically, if you get any kind of, like, if you have any kind of flare up, it's time to rest. It's time to heal. Don't go painting your house when you've got a flare up. You need to chill.
Wow.
That
sounds horrible.
Yeah, that wasn't in 50 Shades of Grey. The next level pain right there. His asshole was falling out in that movie.
Dude.
Jesus Christ.
Good Lord.
So I don't know if you guys saw that that Reddit post earlier this week, but I finally.
I do have a thing though. So I haven't had fake boobs, but I have had this testicular torsion surgery when I was 15, and even
Same thing. What?
Yeah. I was sitting.
What happened with your balls that you needed to untwist your balls surgically?
So a lot of people have heard this before. So in fast forward, Kyle took his headset up. In fast forward, I guess I don't know if it's your vas deferens or whatever, but there's some sort of like tube that holds your testicle, and mine was longer than normal. So it allowed the testicle to turn up. And I'm sitting there in biology class in 10th grade, and it hurts. Like, it hurts like a bunch. And I felt my jeans were too tight or something, so I kept like pulling them down and giving myself a little more breathing room, and it's not resolving the problem. So so I go to the nurse, and I'm like, you know, my testicles really hurt. Like, you know, one of my testicles is a lot of pain. And the nurse didn't want to, like, you know.
Props for you for going to the school nurse. I would have been like, look, you need to let me call my mom so I can, like, have the pediatrician talk to me about this one.
I mean, like, props maybe, but it hurt a lot. Like, I was getting a little concerned. And the nurse didn't want to, like, cup them and check it out. So she got, I think, a gym teacher over who may have had some sort of first aid training.
Coach Paterno, over here.
Pretty much, yeah. So
Cut Woody's balls.
The gym teacher comes over, and I drop them, and he touches them, and he's like, you know, like, he's like, look, I don't know exactly what's going on here, but there's something going on, and we need to get this guy.
Let's get Sandusky over here. He'll know what to do.
Oh shit!
Make some like gym teacher pun, like let's no dodgeball, and then just send you to the hospital.
And at this point, I'm like moaning and stuff, like I'm in pain. And they're like, you know what? It's between classes right now. We can get you on a stretcher and into an ambulance, nearly privately. You know, if we just fucking get on the ball, presto. And that's what they did. They got the ambulance there. Nobody even knew. And we're headed across, like, it's hard to describe it, but like this road that's on a bridge at 45 mile an hour limit, we're going like 80. And I'm like in the back, like moaning and like oh god, like you know, and I'm like, can you go faster? Because I'm looking for some relief from this. And the passenger's like, yeah, you know, dude, can you go faster? And he's like, I'm going 80. Like it's pretty quick for an ambulance in a 45. Like, it's not like maneuverable. And we get there, and I'm in the emergency room, right? And we're all separated pretty much just by curtains, you know? Like, there's a lot. It's like a big room with just curtains dividing everything up. And I'm like the noisy one. And my father, he's like, they're taking care of you first. Keep it up. You know? Because like you can walk in there with a broken arm, and if you're like, oh, dude, it's chill, you know, then they're like, all right, you know, but this guy over here, we don't know what the scoop is. And they wheel me into a room that says nuclear medicine on it, which like this is like the early 90s.
I've seen that room. I always think like I want to go in there. Maybe I'll come out fucking supercharged. I'm gonna get up in there. I don't need that shielding. Don't give me that lead vest. I just want to hide behind the machinery.
Prior to that, my calves were like toothpicks. And so they wheeled me into the nuclear medicine thing, and I guess they injected my like circulatory system with something.
See, I'm gonna want some of that too. Yeah, inject me with something
in there, man.
And then they're able to like I guess blast me in some way, and they can just see where the blood's flowing. And
I like it.
It's not flowing to my balls like it's
sort of a
supposed
Hulk
to.
type thing.
Yeah, sort of.
And
so they're like, there's something wrong with your balls, Woody. We gotta.
Yeah, well, at
I
this
thought
point,
it was something cool, like you had like done a kickflip and like the skateboard had like twisted your nuts. Like,
You know how you seal up some bread when you're really
exactly
and you want to eat your sandwich and you're just like twist this. That's what happened to his balls.
That's all I thought
He
it was.
almost got castrated, like
So they-
self-castration.
so
it sounds like
they went in there and they sliced right down down the sack and I don't know what color he said they were. It was gray or dark gray or grack or what or black or something.
They're supposed to be, right?
Yeah, he's like it wasn't good. You know, he's like we saw these things and he just sort of unspun them in place. And he's like immediately they pinkened up. Like he was very pleased with the reaction to being unspun.
Like, those are some healthy testes right there, boys.
Yeah, and he's like, I think we're gonna be okay here. And by like day 2, I think I spent 2 nights in the hospital. He was just like, dude, it's good to be 15. Like you were bouncing back, even your stitches heal quicker. Like everything was good. And I was worried about my fertility, but those questions were later answered.
Hey.
And that's it. I actually have a couple stitches that hold my testicles in place right now for life that stop it from ever happening again.
I want to get that.
Looks like he went about 3 rounds in a UFC fight.
He
what
wouldn't
happened,
cuddle
Woody?
with me.
You got
It
it's like
looks
somebody.
like Jackie's been sassy in the Woody house.
I was sassy, and Kyle's stronger than he looks on camera, and I want to talk about it any further.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I stopped covering it up. Did I have a Band-Aid on for PKN? I don't recall.
I think you did. I know you had a Band-Aid on for, like the day of and the day after.
Yeah.
Just to spare the public from looking at what had happened to
Exactly. Yeah. It for the first day, even into the next day, to say it bled doesn't really cover it because like when a cut bleeds, there's like dripping or whatever. It just seeped blood. There's blood seeping out of it, and it really.
You didn't
like,
want to show off an open wound while people.
Can you lean in a little bit?
Mm-hmm. It was like blood condensation.
The best part is I have on video Woody getting shot point blank by our teammate. I have the whole thing on video. So I'll be able to get that uploaded. I'm still editing that thing together. I'm trying to have a little fun with it, and it's gonna be good. But yeah, I have that on footage on film. Pretty good shot, and I think it was great.
I think it was. I didn't start editing my day in the life video yet, mostly because of my head. Like, so what happened was, as you'll see in the video, I was like in a very dangerous spot, and I was like sort of just taking a few steps back to regroup and see what the heck was going on, and my teammate shot me right about there. I'm not sure exactly where, right about there. And,
right there.
I don't know if you can
this general
see
area.
it. Yeah, somewhere on my forehead. You might be able to tell. And
Just above the goggles, just
Yeah.
right above breaking area.
there were a couple people that were like, "Why did he take his face mask off?" I did not, and would not, and have never. That face mask in the area where guns go off is you can just bolt it on. It's not coming off. But this was almost just the perfect right above the face mask, yet still not like the curvy part of my head where it was the perfect shot, and it was from
the
like,
money shot.
Yeah, and it might have been 2 feet away. That's a good estimate. 1
Yeah.
foot, 3 foot,
Yeah.
something like that.
It's just point blank. It was awful. It's as bad as you can get shot. It's top 5 worst paintball shots I've ever seen.
The only one I've seen worse is that one we saw where the ball gets stuck in the guy's arm, and he's shooting reballs, I think. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's in the top 5 I've ever seen.
I've never
real bad.
seen worse. And my head rang for a second, which I'd never wasn't used to that. And but then after a while, like I wrote on the subreddit that I was done, and I guess it sort of took the fight out of me. I just didn't want to be shot anymore. I was just
It was like a day ruining thing where it was like, you know what? Just cut it. Just done for the day. Fuck it. I want to know the angles of how this went. Like, were you about to, poke to the side and then you turned back and you got hit, or maybe a second shooter? Like,
I don't know that Kyle might be the best guy to describe it, but I ran through a doorway, and so a guy was like, "You come right here, come right here." So I do. I go to his spot and realize his spot is horrible. Like, I could get shot from a lot of places. People who have cover have great lines of sight on me, and I have basically they're a head glitcher and I'm not. So I'm there for a little bit. I only went out there because Kyle was in that room. Kyle tends to push forward really far. I kind of do too. And but he was out there and he didn't have enough support. So I was like, all right, I'm going to push out there because someone's got to go with him. And I pushed out there, realized that this spot was horrible. I was going to go back and figure out a better idea. And as I went back, just as I decided to go back, my teammate decided to shoot out through the doorway, and I'm coming at him and pop me in the head.
Yeah, there was a wall between the teammate and Woody, and he was passing past it. There's no other way to put it. And there was no way for Woody to know the teammate was there. There was no way for the teammate to know that Woody was running across. And he was shooting across the room and through a window that was above my head. I'm crouched down into a corner myself, scared shitless, because they're coming at us left and right. We're really surrounded here. And it was just perfect timing. As Woody passes by this guy's gun, the gun's going off, and it was point blank in the head. And it's one of, like I said, top 5 worst I've ever seen.
It bled quite a bit. They had a couple medics on site, so I just went there to get it taken care of, and he put some Vaseline on it and asked me all the brain damage questions, which were no problem. I knew the day and the day.
I hesitated on the day a little bit, and I was gonna say, well, to be fair, we don't have a normal
Close up of my mouth for a reason. I chipped my tooth 2 days ago. And while I know they're crooked, I actually have what my dentist calls a Class A mouth. I floss more than once a day. My teeth are tartar-free and not bad. But here, look at this. You can see on this tooth a small chip on the bottom, but that doesn't really tell the whole picture. On the front of it, which the video doesn't pick up very well, maybe while the bottom's missing half a millimeter, which to my tongue feels like a lot. The front of it is missing 3.5 millimeters, like a piece of shale broke off the front, and it hurts. Well, it hurt yesterday and the day before. It doesn't hurt right now, so I'm gonna go to the dentist. He's in that strip mall, and in spite of the fact that he's in a strip mall, I think he's a really good dentist. We like him a lot. He's gonna fix my tooth, and I'll let you know how it goes. So I'm 3 minutes early, which, I don't know, you're supposed to be a little early for a doctor, right? Anyway, I've been thinking about this tooth constantly. I lick it so much that my tongue is slightly wounded from licking a sharp tooth all the time. For me, it's been a really big deal, and I can't wait for it to be fixed.
From the future here. When I took that, I didn't know I was going to get these, and I promise you, the oral close-ups of my teeth are about to be over. But I thought it would be interesting just to show you guys the pictures that the dentist took of the before fixing. They had before and after shots. Turned out great. You'll see in a second.
Here they are. I am so happy to be all fixed up. Let me turn down the AC. I hardly have, I've been a baby about this thing. They were tiny little chips in my teeth. If I did this right, then you've just seen the close-up photos of them. But man, it bothered me a lot. And I licked it so much, I was starting to cut my tongue. Even though it was hardly visible, I felt like it was all anyone could see. It was all I could think about. Until, it's Leesville Dental. I'll mention who I go to. I am rarely happy to be at the dentist office, but I'm there, and both the dentist and the hygienist is 16 years experience, they just felt so freaking competent at what they were. I was like, all I need to do is lay here, and in an hour-ish, it was an hour and a half total, or hour and 20 minutes, the problem was solved, and I'm just
I'm glad it's behind me.
A cursory glance, I'd have been found out because it was like, apples are sweet and delicious. Number 1. Number 2, pizza pie in my eye. Oh my! Just like